This is exactly what the Spurs have been waiting for. Dylan Harper did not play in the summer league game, the final summer league game for the San Antonio Spurs, but he did speak in a halftime interview, and his comments were exactly what the Spurs wanted to hear and Spurs fans wanted to hear. And we are going to discuss that here on Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys take a spur of the moment to get every Spurs moment by hitting that free subscribe button below so you don't miss all the great content that me, Josh, and Brian have coming for you. But let's just get right underway with it. This guy, Dylan Harper, obviously the number 2 overall pick in the draft, something that we were extremely excited for, and we knew from the day the draft lottery came out that he was going to be the target if the Spurs so chose to keep that pick and take somebody, and that is what they did, and we couldn't be happier the fact that he's on this team. He had drawn comparisons to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the style of play, the way he gets downhill, the way he can break down and get inside the teeth of the defense and be able to facilitate or finish around the basket at a high clip efficiency-wise. I talked about that in a prior video with Dylan Harper, but he had comments at halftime, and a good halftime interview. It was short, but it was a halftime interview. He didn't play in most of the Summer League games. He only played in 2. 16 points a game, didn't shoot the greatest from the floor or from the three-point line, but it's also difficult when you haven't played actual in-game basketball for about 4-ish months, and then you just come in, you're dropped in, and then in the middle of when other people have already caught a rhythm because they've played 2 or 3 games so far, you just have to play a couple. But we obviously saw the massive block that he had, the way he was able to get downhill in transition, and even the half court off a pick and roll or pick and pop, whatever the case may be, even bringing someone down in isolation. We loved what we saw there. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, half a block, and then 3.5 turnovers. Those 3.5 turnovers to 2 assists, that's something that we expect to be probably flipped, where he has like a 4-to-2 turnover ratio, 2-to-1 hopefully, around that bit size. But when it comes to these comments, Dylan Harper spoke, and he was asked about what drew him to the Spurs and what the Spurs have told him kind of as he's gotten acquainted into the organization. And the one thing that he really spoke out on was the winning pedigree of the San Antonio Spurs, how they've been able to develop and build winners, the culture that the Spurs have from top to bottom. And then the Spurs have told him, obviously the front office, Mitch, Gregg Popovich, so on, Brian Wright, and others, just be you, be confident in who you are. And the Spurs have been great and notoriously great at that throughout the entirety of their career as an organization. Okay, what do you do best? And we want to maximize that, because obviously you can't just, we're going to mold you into the player that we want you to be. We want you to mold your player to that the best is going to be, and we will help mold that into the team concept. And the Spurs have done a great job at that throughout the history of the San Antonio Spurs, and there's no reason to assume why they wouldn't do better moving forward. One goal that he was talked about some of his season goals, and then he was talked about some of his career-ish longevity goals. One of the shorter-term goals was to get better every day and always be productive. And he also said he wants to win the Rookie of the Year. This started by, obviously, we've had the last 2 Rookie of the Years in Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama, and it was spoken, can you get to that level? And that's something that he truly wants to occur and wants to happen. And you love to hear that. Obviously, he understands that within the team concept, the really big thing is winning, and that's what he spoke on, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But you obviously want to show your individual greatness, of course. Winning the Rookie of the Year lets you know, I am the best player from this class, at least to start out, and this is a class that has Trey Johnson, obviously Cooper Flagg, has VJ Edgecombe, Ace Bailey, his teammate at Rutgers. There's a lot of great prospects that actually have the ability to win Rookie of the Year this year, and if he's able to do that, able to get to that level, that's only going to show greatness for him and for the San Antonio Spurs, because if he's playing at that level, then the Spurs must be doing something right. And then he was talked about his long-term goals. It was winning an NBA championship and getting to the level I know I can get to. So the ability to get to what you think his pinnacle is, what his pinnacle is in his mind. This is kind of an assumption. He didn't fully break this down, but what you would assume would be an all-NBA caliber guard who is a champion, who can possibly be a future Hall of Famer here in the future. I mean, getting to the Hall of Fame in the NBA is not like the NFL. It's not that difficult you have to obviously do a lot. Winning matters a ton. But you have players who are like Drew Holiday, Andre Iguodala are like fringe Hall of Famers, and they obviously haven't had the most illustrious career, even though both of them are high-level championship guards. So, all-NBA level, winning a championship and being on that higher tier, that's something that Dylan Harper is shooting for. And it's something that we believe that he can do when he puts up numbers like this, 19.4, 5 and 4 in college. Obviously, this is him playing some off-ball, some on-ball with Ace Bailey, which is a good indication that he can do a little bit of both because he's going to have to when you have De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama. 48.4% from the floor, 33.3% from the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw line. So, Dylan Harper, a guy who is going to come in here and show great poise, play with great poise, and really have a great work ethic. And I've loved him, and I've loved the comments from Carter Bryant, the two high-level rookies that we've drafted in this class, the two lottery picks. I've loved every comment from them, and the summer league experience from the both of them shows very, very good signs. It's exactly what we wanted to hear from him, exactly what we wanted to hear and see from Carter Bryant. And let me know what you guys think in the comments, if this is what you wanted to hear, see, feel, and what you think about Dylan Harper's comments throughout the game. There's one thing I want to quickly touch on, though, and these are the stats of David Jones-Garcia. So I just wanted to say shout out to him because last year in the Summer League he balled out, last year in the G League he balled out, and then this year in the Summer League, again, he balled out. It was 22 points a game on 52% shooting, 51% from 3, and 87% from the line. During the actual 2K26 Summer League, in the 3 games that he played, he was 22 on 52, 52, 92 splits. He's putting up 6 rebounds, about 3 assists, 1 steal, 3.8 turnovers, which is fine. But I just wanted to say shout out to you because of the fact of this. Overseas teams are eyeing David Jones-Garcia because of the great play that he had, obviously, last year, the G League this year. And being in the G League is one good thing, but when you get a high-level overseas team, it's going to pay pretty decent, and he's going to be playing even a little bit more high-level basketball. And from there, he obviously could maybe come back over, and if an NBA team really likes him, you can be like, okay, so this is what he did against his peers in the G League. He was one of the best players. This is what he did against his peers in the Summer League. He was arguably the best player. This is what he did against grown men and other high-level prospect players in the overseas. He was hopefully one of the best players, and then you can justify having him on a roster. So I just wanted to shout out David Jones-Garcia real quick because it was great watching you. It was great to have you on the roster. Obviously, we wish we could have beat the Hornets so we could have been playing for the Summer League Championship, but shout out to you. And then I wish we could fit him on this depth chart here. That's most likely what it's going to look like for the most part. We'll see how Riley Minix fits in. We'll see if actually he played so well that the Spurs want to cut off maybe McLaughlin and go from there. But we'll see. But this depth chart right here is what you love to see. This starting 5, possibly Barnes could be in there, and then obviously Dylan Harper off the bench. We're leading that second unit. It's going to be fun to watch here for the Spurs. But a lot of the basketball portion's over, so now it's going to be what preparation can we have going forward for the San Antonio Spurs? How much are we locked into the offseason and getting right for this upcoming season? But let me know what you guys think in the comments about the San Antonio Spurs. Give me some thoughts on what you think they can do this year. Do you think there can be a play-in team, playoff team, how to make a deep playoff run? Let me know that in the comments. But this has been Spurs Digest with your host, Keenan Warner. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll be seeing all of you guys very soon.